We both have dogs that have reached their senior years, and with their advanced ages comes a whole host of issues.
Oh, that's for sure. There are so many pet owners with senior pets in the Tampa Bay area. SPCA Tampa Bay has decided to offer a free senior pet panel at its veterinary center in St. Petersburg this Sunday.
The veterinarians on staff will be covering topics like common medical concerns in senior pets. Is your pet going senile? And diet and feeding for aging pets is important too.
Dr. Nicole Mayne is here from SPCA Tampa Bay to share information on this, such an important thing. And if you do have a senior pet, it would be a great way to get free advice, wouldn't it, Dr. Mayne?
It sure is.
So tell us exactly what we'll learn at this.
Yeah, so thankfully we actually have 5 vets at the vet center now, so there's a few of us going to be covering a wide variety of topics. Just kind of basic preventative care, the importance of going for your annual exam and checkup, but then also delving more into, common behavioral changes that happen with senior pets. So, some people don't realize that there's often medical issues underlying with some of those behavioral changes. So talking about some of those different...
Like what could be happening?
So some dogs are just painful, and that makes them seem more reclusive, or they might develop aggression, and it's actually an underlying source of pain. Cognitive dysfunction is something that we're learning more about, and that's kind of similar to dementia in humans, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's lots of different things that can happen, and then acupuncture we're going to focus on as well, and the benefits of that.
Are animals like humans living longer now because of their diet? Because of the medical treatments that they can get?
Even just, the last decade, we've seen them, going cats often. Like this guy's 13, 14, and you wouldn't know it. Exactly.
Good, yeah.
And a lot of cats are getting to 20 plus now, and dogs 16, 17 routinely. So
tell us about, this is your cat, Liam. You said he's 13 or 14.
Yep.
Tell us the story, because this unfortunately happens so often with people when their pet starts to age. They can't afford to care for them. So tell us the story about how you got Liam.
So little Liam was actually one of my clients years and years ago. And he kept getting his urinary tract blocked. It's really common in male cats especially, and they just couldn't afford it, and I kind of fell in love with the little booger, so I took him home, and he's been doing great on a special diet. So.
But they would have perhaps euthanized Liam because they couldn't afford it.
Exactly.
So what do you have to say to, to people who might be in that predicament? Because a lot of people are. They can't afford how expensive pets become.
Or they get concerned that they don't think they can, or they get worried that they'll be judged about something. And honestly, anyone that walks in the door, I assume they're doing the best that they can for their pet. And I'm always happy to talk about different options that might fit within their budget. It's just making sure that we can do as much for these little guys as we can, especially as they age.
What about changing their food as they age and watching their weight? Is that
definitely
super
important? Yeah, so the weight thing is such a common thing we're seeing now with pets. We love them so much, and they look so cute, and we want to give them treats, but it can cause issues with our joints, putting extra stress on those, increased risk of diabetes. It can impact a lot of different body functions. And senior pets just don't need the same calorie intake as some of our younger ones that are more active. So changing to a diet that might be a little bit lower calorie, has some other extra things like different antioxidants to support healthy aging is really important.
And you talk about feeding your pet, a lot of people think it's a problem to feed them table food. But as they get older, that particularly becomes a problem, doesn't it?
For any pet. I mean, risk of pancreatitis is always there. But yeah, like we just, they don't need a lot of... Now, I will say vegetables are okay.
But unseasoned.
Certain ones, but yeah.
You don't want to give a pet anything.
So you just want to be careful about it. Exactly.
Yeah. Garlic and onions. Onions in particular are really dangerous for pets, right?
Exactly. Yep.
At what age is a pet considered senior?
Depends on the pet.
Right.
So cats, I typically say about, 7 to 9, we start talking about those things we can do to support them as they age. Really important to do your annual exam, and then really important to do an annual senior screen.
Okay.
Dogs, it depends on the breed. For a small dog, it might not be until 10 or 11. For a Great Dane,
5,
exactly 4 or 5, we start having that conversation.
Well, Dr. Mayne, really appreciate you coming on and sharing your insight. And again, the free senior pet panel is happening this Sunday at the Veterinary Center in St. Petersburg from 2 to 4 in the afternoon, Dr. Mayne?
Yep.
All right.
Good job. Thank you, Liam. You're an awfully good cat. We'll be right back. Don't go away.